Now, just imagine, you're working from home, traveling the world whenever you feel like it, shaping the minds of enthusiastic students, and having the freedom to choose your own hours. Oh, it don't get no better. That is the life of an online English teacher. Well, stick around and I will tell you how you can start teaching English online and where to find the best jobs. Now, before we dive in, let's take a minute to figure out if teaching English online is a good fit for you. Now, on the bright side, virtual teaching offers a ton of flexibility. You can easily juggle it with another job, and there is no dreaded commute to deal with. Hey man, hurry up! Plus, if you got wanderlust, you can teach from anywhere in the world. The pay isn't too shabby, and there is no shortage of job openings. And hey, it is a fantastic way to learn about various places and cultures without leaving your living room. Now, on the other hand, it is not all sunshines and rainbows. Tech glitches can throw a wrench in your lesson. Lesson planning can really eat into your free time. I mean, sometimes you'll find yourself doing a bit of extra work without extra pay. What? I know. Also, handling a bunch of students from behind a screen can be a real handful at times. And if you're someone who thrives on mingling with colleagues, you might miss that face-to-face interaction with coworkers. So with all that being said, if it sounds like a side hustle that interests you, then let's break down the 6 steps on how you can start teaching English online. Okay, so first and foremost, and this probably goes without saying, but you need to be fluent in English. But hey, don't stress. Even if you aren't a native English speaker, you still might be qualified to teach online. While some companies might be on the lookout for native speakers, many others are completely fine with non-native English speakers who can speak the language fluently. So even if English wasn't your first language, there is a world of opportunities waiting for you out there. So while it is not a hard and fast rule, having a bachelor's degree or an international equivalent can give you a leg up in the online teaching world. Most platforms lean towards educators with that piece of paper. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have a degree, hey, don't worry, there are still doors open for you. Now just keep in mind, you may have fewer options and the paycheck might be a bit slimmer. All right, so let's talk about English teaching certificates. Now, while you don't absolutely need one, it is a pretty smart move to get certified. There are a couple of big names in the English teaching certificate game. First up, there is TEFL, which stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. Now, this one is the cool kid on the block and is mainly for teaching folks in countries where English isn't the main language. Then we have TESOL, which stands for Teaching English to Speakers of Other Language. Now, this one is a bit different. It's more for teaching people like immigrants or refugees in places where English is spoken, like the US. Now, both TEFL and TESOL cover a wide range of courses and qualifications, and there isn't just one organization that's certified. In general, both certificates are fairly easy and inexpensive to get online, and both open the door to tons of online English teaching opportunities. Now, just be sure, double check that the course you are eyeing is legitimate, because they be out here scamming. Now, whether or not you chose to get certified, it is still a great idea to get some teaching experience under your belt if you don't have any already. And you can start off small, maybe tutor a few folks each week while you're working on that TEFL certificate. Or you can check out local nonprofits, charities, or churches. Some of them offer free language classes to newcomers and could use an extra hand. Trust me, a bit of teaching experience can make a world of difference. Not only can it help you score better jobs with sweeter paychecks, but some online teaching platforms might even ask for references before letting you join. All right, next up, you are going to want to gear up with the right equipment in order to teach English online. Now, you'll definitely need a laptop, a webcam, and a good microphone.
Is this one good? I think this one's good.
Now, these are non-negotiables. Fortunately, they're pretty much all that you'll need to start teaching. But depending on which online platform you chose to work with, they might have a few extra equipment requirements. Just check their website to be sure. Hey, and now for the fun part, landing a job. If you're on the hunt for online English teaching gigs, start by scoping out the big name companies that are hiring. To help you get started, we have whipped up a list of some of the hottest platforms out there. Open English is an online English teaching company with a focus on teaching Spanish-speaking teens and adults. Now, if you are not too keen on the idea of teaching kids, this might be right up your alley. And hey, if you're just starting out, Open English has you covered. They have ready-made lesson plans, so you don't gotta stress out about crafting your own from scratch. Also, if you can chat in Spanish, even just a bit,
I speak a little bit.
you have got a major advantage when trying to snag a gig with Open English. Muy bien, muy bien. Cambly is a big deal in the online English teaching world. They have got tons of students, which means plenty of job openings, and they pay you every single week. That is way more frequent than most other platforms that pay you every 2 weeks or even a whole month. Now, Cambly pays you by the minute, so you're looking at around $10-20 an hour on their main platform. But if you are teaching on Cambly Kids, it is a bit more at 20 cents a minute or $12 an hour. Another major plus in this platform's favor is the low barrier to entry. Cambly doesn't require a degree or certificate of any kind. Being a native English speaker is all that they ask for. Italki is a language learning platform that isn't limited to just English. So whatever language you are fluent in, there is a good chance you can teach it on Italki. Just head to their website and give their language list a peek to see if they are on the lookout for teachers in your language. Now, the platform is dope. It gives you the option of choosing 2 different teaching levels. You can either be a professional teacher, which means you'll need some sort of certification, or you can be a community tutor and skip all that. You get to pick when you work and set your own prices based on your level and experience. However, they do not hand out lesson plans, so you will have to come up with your own curriculum. And unfortunately, there is no built-in digital classroom, so you gotta wrangle up those students in a video chat, all on your own. Teachable is a unique option because it is not purely a teaching platform. In addition to teaching, you can also sell your own content. You can create a course and then Teachable will host it for you, market your content, and process your payments. This is a great option for savvy teachers who want to be more in control of their online careers. However, we would not recommend it to those just starting out since it doesn't have all the handy resources some of the other sites do. The platform is super flexible. You work your own hours and have full control over your lesson. But it does require a paid plan and doesn't guarantee that you'll have students to teach. Preply is another teaching platform that connects thousands of students with teachers of all subjects, including English. It provides some pretty cool teaching resources, including an interactive virtual classroom. And they have got this slick mobile app for all your scheduling needs. You have the freedom to set your own rates on Preply. Now, a Preply account is free to sign up for, but the platform will take a cut of what you charge for lessons. However, you do set your own rates. You need to start out by giving a free demo lesson to a student, and Preply will take a 100% commission. After that, they'll take between 18 and 33% of what you make based on your teaching hours. Lingoda is a good option for more seasoned teachers who are ready to move their work online. Now, it is not a good option for new teachers though, since the platform does require 2 to 3 years of previous teaching experience. They have got a set curriculum and ready to go lesson plans. So, no burden to midnight oil crafting lessons from scratch. All the teachers at Lingoda are freelancers, typically clocking in between 5 to 20 hours a week. So it's really more of a side hustle than a full-time gig platform. And they are cool with non-native speakers. However, the pay rates are pretty low for all teachers regardless of fluency. Additionally, class bookings are first come, first served. So it is a race to get the students. QKids is an English teaching platform specifically for Chinese students. Now, it's a bit more by the book compared to the other platforms, with everything from schedules to lesson plans and rates already laid out for you. Now, they do talk a big game about flexible scheduling, but you're kind of boxed into the time slots that they've set. But if you are new to the English teaching scene, this could be a blessing in disguise. No headaches about setting your rates, figuring out a schedule, or crafting lessons, because they do it for you. Englishunt is a Korean company that currently serves South Korea, Japan, and China. They exclusively hire US citizens to teach English online. The company has a lot to offer. The pay is solid, lesson plans are already made, and they provide tons of teaching resources. But here is the catch. This one isn't beginner friendly if you are completely new to teaching. You need 4 years of previous teaching experience or a substitute teaching certification to qualify. Now, if you do qualify, the pay's on point. They have got your back with support, and you have got your days free since classes are in the mornings and evening, US time zone. SkimaTalk is a Japan-based English teaching platform that caters to students all over the globe. It has a marketplace structure, meaning it connects students with teachers who are largely in control of their own profiles and classes. That means that you are in the driver's seat, picking your lessons, setting your hours, and deciding how much you charge. But SkimaTalk does skim a 20% cut for every 25-minute lesson you teach. Verbling is another online language marketplace that connects students with teachers for one-on-one English lessons. Since it's set up like a marketplace, Verbling gives teachers a ton of freedom, but don't expect everything to be laid out for you. You are in charge of your hours, your rates, and there is no promise of steady work.
I can't promise you that.
Now, while Verbling does like its teachers to have some experience, they're not super strict about needing a teaching certificate, and non-native English speakers are welcome. Just keep in mind, they'll take a 15% cut from your lesson fees. And there you have it, 10 solid online English teaching platforms.
Whoa.
Now, you don't have to stick to just one of the platforms we mentioned. You can test out multiple sites and apps and see which one you vibe. Once you've got the hang of things, hey, consider building your own client base and moving off platform. Sure, I know, it is a bit more legwork, but if you were thinking of turning this online English teaching gig into a full-blown career, it is a pretty smart move. And you're a smart person, we know. What online platform have you taught on? We would love to hear from you. So let us know your experience teaching English online or in person in the comments down below. And until next time, my name's Landon, and I'm out.